Hello, ineffable being. How are you doing today? I hope you're having a wonderful, magical day. I want to tell you that you are a genius. You are special. You mean the world, and you are loved. Today, we're continuing the quick, short series of what is sexy. So, this is the video number 2 of this 3-part series on what it means to be sexy. So, the first video, we discussed that to be sexy is to be whole, to have love already, not need someone to fill your cup. So today we're going to take it a step further and discuss what is the next step of being sexy. And the next step is whenever you're whole, whenever you know yourself, whenever you don't need the beach, meditation, someone to feel love, happiness, power, then what you got to do is you got to move in your world and create the life you want. And let me tell you a story. I remember once upon a time where I had on my phone a list of things. I had a list of the foods that I wanted to eat, the things that I wanted to do, the books that I wanted to read, the exercise that I wanted to partake in, and for some reason, I was just adding on to this list, adding and adding and adding, and I was never doing anything, nothing. So, to be sexy is do what you gotta do right now. You have to do. So, you're whole, you know yourself. So, what is stopping you from if you want to not eat fish, to not eat fish. If you want to move to a vegetarian diet, what is stopping you to doing that? If you want to be vegan, what is stopping you from becoming vegan? If you want to save money, I'm telling you, I'm being dead honest. I had a list. I was always on YouTube watching videos about financial freedom and, the financial quadrant. And I was like, okay, so like I want to go over here and, okay, so maybe I should save money and listening to Grant Cardone, listening to Robert Kiyosaki, and just have all this information, but I was never applying it. I knew 10 years ago that a corporation, someone with a corporation, type C, pays next to no taxes. But what was I doing? I was waiting for the money to start sharing my passion. I was waiting for the money to start sharing my passion. So whenever I started living through the heart, I went back to this list of nonsense that I had. And I call it nonsense because I was not doing anything. So it had no sense for me to keep adding to this list. I don't even know how long it was. But the point is, to be sexy, you got to start doing the things that you know are good for you. And yeah, I'm talking about less Netflix and chill time. And I'll tell you what, my partner finds me 10 times more sexy whenever I tell her, hey babe, I got to do my hour for personal development. I have an hour for research and development, babe. I have to create videos. I'm creating a mentorship. I have to get on Zoom. And you know what she tells me? Babe, go ahead and do that. Just call me whenever you can. That is 10 times more sexy for someone than, hey, why don't I pick up Subway or, KFC and we watch movies? Like, what do you want to do in your life? You just want to like Netflix and chill all day, or you want to start creating what you want to create. If you want to be a singer, start singing. If you want to be a philanthropist, then make the foundation. If you want to be an entertainer, start entertaining. But the thing is, we look at the end result of what we're receiving and we say, well, I've been doing this for 6 months and look at this person and look at the results they get. And that is what stops us from continuing. Now, to be sexy, you have to know yourself. Once you're full of yourself, then you can go in the world and create what you need to create. And I know being full of yourself really carries a bad connotation. So I want to describe what I mean by to be full of yourself. To be full of yourself is if you get fired, you look at the situation, you say, okay, let me pick up my things, let me dust my desk, and let me move on. To be full of yourself means independent of what's happening outside of you, if there's traffic, if there's situations that the collective might call stressful, you are not being impacted because every situation with your environment does affect your personality if you're not waking up to the future, to a vision of the future, because every person, every situation, everything does create a neurological network in your brain. And depending on the emotional quotient of the situation, depends the gravity, the severity, the impact it's going to have on your life. So to be sexy is to be full of yourself, to know that I could stand up today without having a partner or with a partner, but I at least know myself, where I'm not going to bend because the wind is taking me this way. No. I form the wind, and I'm going to sculpt this clay into whatever it is that I want to sculpt. So to be sexy is to do the things that you need to do. And let me just tell you a couple things. Health, finance, and your relationships are the biggest dimensions of your life. Your relationships can be broken down. There's infinite. Your relationships with yourself, your relationships with your family, your relationships with time, your relationship with money. So look at yourself and say, what do I know how to change? Because my bet is you know how to eat better, you know how to better your finances, you know what you should better spend your time on. So then ask yourself, why am I not doing the things that I know to do? This has been my second video on what it is to be sexy. So stay tuned for tomorrow. We're going to get into the mastery level of to be sexy. If you've enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe. And also put down in the comments, what topics would you like for me to cover in the future? I hope to see you on the side of light. Goodbye.